Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial and Error. We're going to start getting this sucker assembled real quick. I'm pretty interested in this, always have been, never bought one. Oh, luckily, we have a really good relationship with Vevor. Vevor is a really good company to work with. So they sent me over, holy crap. They sent me over this. No, I don't know what it does either. So back in the day, I used to have a mini truck on airbags. Those airbags weren't quite this big. Holy crap, that's a big airbag. Let me show you my truck real quick. So that was my truck, laid frame. It was an 87 Mitsubishi Mighty Max or Dodge D50. That's the same truck essentially. But did a lot of custom work to that. It was actually my brother's first. He did a bunch of custom work to it. And then I grabbed it from him and we kept on going. And the truck came out pretty damn cool. Sold it quite a few years back. But at any rate, that's the only experience I've had with airbags. And this one's a lot bigger than those. Instrucciones. Good English instructions, not Chinglish. So more often than not, my two-post lift has my Grand National on it, which is a car build that apparently will never be finished. So it's nice to have another jack, and I usually just use my hand pump jack. I usually use just a regular floor jack, but this takes all the work out of that. I've never had one of these before, but it's about as simple as it gets. It's basically just an airbag that you can use to lift the car off the ground. The disadvantages to these is the collapse height is pretty significant. Like, I don't think this would fit under my Tesla. That doesn't mean you can't use it. You just have to drive the car up onto a couple of boards to get you a couple of inches to slide this under, which is still much easier than, I would say, hand pumping with a regular floor jack. For trucks, this is great. Slides right under, boom, right to the moon. You don't have to sit there and pump it, because you're going up 1.5 feet just to clear the suspension in a lot of trucks. So it definitely does have a really good niche. Handle's kind of neat. So you got two valves on here. One obviously is your air up. One is your air down. A little vent there. You overpressurize it. You've got a relief valve there. That all goes into a block, which I'm guessing is what attaches to this hose to air up the bag itself. For those of you that can never find your 10mm wrench, all new merch. And then we have my personal favorite. We got the TNE on the front, and then on the back. I mean, it doesn't get more accurate than that, but I really like this shirt. I think it's a really nice looking shirt. Came out pretty good. So if you got a minute, go down the description, click on the link, check out my website. You might find something you like. Last bit of self-promotion is just a thank you for your support over the years. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Comments are awesome. The support and buying merch and stuff like that, it means a lot to me. So thank you very much for that. All right, enough talking. Let's get this thing together and lift some things up and put them down. And with the handle comes our first criticism. Not a huge fan of this clamp bar setup. It's going to be a weak link in this. You can actually see how it's already, deflected the metal just in tightening it up. So this should have been sleeved inside of this with two bolts going through it, and then have a piece of center steel that keeps it from being compressed. Again, little thing, not a big deal. I'm sure it'll be fine, but not the best way to make a two-piece handle. This looks like it just kind of slides in. We've got a slot in the back so it can't come out. Yep, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. That works. Oh, I probably should have run this before, huh? Yeah, let's work smarter, not harder here. Shweek. That works. Now we'll put it back in. I'll tell you one thing, they put some friggin' steel in this thing. It's like 3/8 plate sandwiched on top of another 3/8 plate. So that is very, very solid stuff. Very cool. Keep a little bit of slack on here, but we don't need that much. Believe it or not, I actually cleaned my garage. Got so out of control. I just do project after project after project after project until I can't find any of my tools, and then I'll take 3 days, put everything back where it belongs, and then rinse and repeat. It's just the way it is. All right, so from a portability standpoint, that's about as easy as it gets. They include 2 air chucks, the 2 different common styles, so that should have you covered no matter what. These are MPT, so they have a bit of a taper to them, so they'll self-seal, but I still throw pipe tape on just to be safe. This is rated for, I believe, 140 PSI. You don't want to go over that. I apologize for my compressor running. Hopefully it's not too loud. But in stepping on that, I just felt inside there's a telescoping rod or something that keeps it stable, because I was very impressed at how stable it was left to right. It's actually got a little telescoping rod or something in there that helps keep the alignment. Okay, let's see how it does lifting the truck. Oh, you can hear that telescoping rod. Holy crap. Well, that's a lot easier than pumping it up. Sorry, buddy, your days are done. This is a part where I remind everybody to never climb under a vehicle that's either on this type of a jack or on even a hydraulic floor jack. But especially with one of these, bags can blow out. They've been known to do that. If that little line with that compressed connector on there pops out, the bag's coming down. So just like a hydraulic lift, because those can have similar problems with hydraulics leaking, piston failures, obviously structural failure of the jack, that type of thing. I don't care how much of a rush you're in, you always have time to get some Harbor Freight collapsible, cheapest possible jack stands for safety. So these are great, but don't crawl under them until it's secured. Okay, let's drop her down. I don't know how smooth this will be or how fast. Oh, so you can go really slow if you want. Honestly, that is pretty slick. No competition between this and a regular floor jack, especially if you're rotating tires. You're gonna lift the front corner, then the back, and all that up and down. With this, super, super easy. Great height. I wish it got down a little bit lower, And in fact, let's measure that and see how well it goes. It's so close to fitting under the Tesla. It needs maybe a ½ inch and it would have done it. So just driving your car up on some 2x4s is all you need, and you can lift up any car, even a low car. Thank you guys as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. Any comments, questions, concerns, or criticisms, throw them down in the comment section below me. And I'm gonna go jump in the pool because I'm sweating like I'm on the Epstein list. Have a good day, everybody.